Picture this. You wake up, scroll through your phone before your eyes are fully open. 30 seconds in, you've seen a war video, a climate disaster, someone's perfect life, and a meme about how nothing matters anyway. You laugh, but inside, something feels empty. Welcome to 2025, where over 50% of young people believe humanity is doomed, where girl math justifies reckless spending, where the most popular meme character is literally called the Doomer, a sleep-deprived, hopeless figure that millions relate to. I'm not here to sugarcoat this. Today, we're diving into the dark void that's swallowing an entire generation. This is the rise of modern nihilism, and if you think it doesn't affect you, you're probably already in it. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button for Psyche Storm, because understanding the darkness is the first step to finding the light. Let's get one thing straight. Nihilism isn't new. Philosophers like Nietzsche warned us over a century ago about the death of God and the meaningless void that would follow. But here's what's terrifying. It's no longer just philosophy. It's your daily reality. A major international study found that 56% of young people believe humanity is doomed. Not struggling, not facing challenges, doomed. In the UK, over 25% of people report feeling a deep sense of meaninglessness. This isn't a bad day. This is an epidemic. But why now? Why is Generation Z, the most educated, most connected generation in history, the most nihilistic? The answer is more disturbing than you think. See, previous generations had anchors. Religion gave life meaning, community provided belonging, stable careers offered purpose. But those anchors, they're drowning. Church attendance is at historic lows, communities are fractured, and careers? Gen Z is watching people work 40 years for companies that lay them off in an email. They're watching the American dream become a luxury subscription they can't afford. The traditional sources of meaning have collapsed. And what's filled that void? Infinite scroll echo chambers and a digital world that profits from your despair. Let me ask you something. How many hours did you spend on social media yesterday? If you said less than 3 hours, you're lying to yourself. The average teenager spends 8.5 hours online daily. That's more time than they spend sleeping. But here's the sinister part. Social media doesn't just waste your time. It rewires your brain for nihilism. Here's how it works. Every app uses an algorithm designed to keep you scrolling, and these algorithms don't care about truth, community, or your mental health. They care about engagement. And nothing drives engagement like outrage, envy, and doom. TikTok shows you what you already believe, creating echo chambers where your worldview is constantly validated but never challenged. You think the world is ending? Here are 10,000 videos confirming it. You think relationships are meaningless? Here's proof. You think success is impossible? Watch this. Psychologists call this information bombardment. You're drowning in contradictory content, where every claim has evidence and nothing feels true anymore. Your brain becomes cognitively overloaded, unable to process reality. And here's the most disturbing part. While American teens are fed endless doom content, TikTok's version in China, where the app was created, limits young users to 40 minutes a day and only shows educational, patriotic, and science content. Think about that. They're giving their own kids vegetables while exporting digital poison to the rest of the world. Social media isn't connecting you. It's isolating you in a performance of connection. And every scroll, every like, every comparison is making you more nihilistic, more hopeless, more empty. So what happens when an entire generation grows up believing nothing matters? They create the doomer. A meme character with disheveled hair, dead eyes, and zero hope. And millions of young people don't just share this meme, they identify with it. Gen Z humor is soaked in nihilism. Girl math jokes about spending money you don't have. Financial nihilism, where young people gamble on meme stocks because traditional investing feels pointless. They call themselves the buy everything, own nothing generation. But this isn't just jokes. This is pain disguised as irony. A quarter-century-old content creator, Ajla, told researchers, "People cannot afford to live, to eat, to put gas in their cars." She's not exaggerating. Rent has increased 1.5 times faster than wages over the last 4 years. Student debt is crushing millions. Home ownership? For 23-year-olds like my own research subjects, it's a fantasy. Gen Z isn't lazy, they're paralyzed. They've been promised that education leads to success, but they graduate with debt and no job prospects. They've been told to work hard, but they watch billionaires make more in a second than they will in a lifetime. They've been told meaning comes from achievement, but every achievement feels hollow in a world that's burning. And when traditional sources of meaning fail, people search for alternatives. Some turn to extreme ideologies. Some turn to influencers like Andrew Tate, who promise simple answers to complex problems. Answers that blame women, minorities, and the system for everything wrong. Nihilism becomes a gateway to extremism because when nothing matters, dangerous ideas become just as valid as reasonable ones. But here's the paradox that no one talks about. We're living in the best time in human history. Global poverty has declined dramatically. Technology is solving problems our grandparents couldn't imagine. Democracies are standing against authoritarian threats. Electric cars and renewable energy are combating climate change. So why does life feel so meaningless? Because meaning isn't found in statistics. It's found in connection, purpose, and belonging. And those things, they can't be downloaded, they can't be optimized, they can't be delivered by an algorithm. You can have everything and feel nothing. Because fulfillment doesn't come from having more. It comes from mattering more. Psychologist Viktor Frankl, who survived Nazi concentration camps, wrote, "Those who have a why to live can bear almost any how." Gen Z doesn't lack intelligence. They don't lack ambition. They lack a why. And that's not their fault. That's a system that sold them infinite options but zero meaning. A culture that worships success but mocks purpose. A digital world that simulates connection while breeding loneliness. So what's the answer? How do you fight nihilism in a nihilistic world? Not by pretending everything is fine, not by toxic positivity or hustle culture, but by accepting this truth. You get to create your own meaning. Nihilism says nothing matters, but existentialism says you decide what matters, your relationships, your creativity, your impact on others. These aren't given to you, they're built by you. Put down your phone, have a real conversation, create something, help someone. Not because it'll make you successful or Instagram worthy, but because it's worth doing. The world may feel meaningless, but your life doesn't have to be. This is Psyche Storm, reminding you that even in the darkest void, you have the power to be your own light. If this video made you think, I know, subscribe. Because we're just getting started. Now go create something that matters. I'll see you in the next storm.